Hey everybody, Justin here for another exciting episode of Marvel Champions. I first want to say thank you for all the comments on the video that was released last week of Captain Marvel vs. Rhino. It was super helpful to see what I was doing wrong and also take some of the suggestions for the layout and just the game in general to make this series better for everyone viewing at home. I want to keep going, but I'm not going to be doing the crazy stuff yet. I'm still just on Rhino normal build, testing out decks, learning the game, figuring out the structure of the game before I start trying to do, like, you know, from what I hear online, Claw with the Doomsday Chair solo is pretty tough. We're not going to get there yet, and in a perfect world I want to beat everything, and then, but not like go in like order. Like, I want to, like, my goal is I want to, like, beat every Rhino with every hero, Claw with every hero, yada, 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 yada. Not every aspect. Personally, I want to beat them with every aspect, but probably not for this series. So, Iron Man. We also have a hand cam. Look at this. It's so exciting. I have not resolved my mulligan yet. So, I'm sorry. I'm just going to try to... It's going to take me a bit to just kind of like get... So we have Stark Tower, 2 interrogation rooms, a Repulsor Blast, a Helicarrier, and the Power of Justice. So I'm going to resolve my mulligan here, and I think a big thing I want to do is I want to keep Stark Tower. Stark Tower was really strong in some of the playtesting I was doing with this deck, because I like to learn the deck before I dive too deep into it. Helicarrier is also a really good card that I think I'm going to keep, and we're going to mulligan these other cards in search of tech and cards that play more of things. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4 additional cards. So the new cards we got Powered Gauntlets, Strength, Surveillance Team, and Powered Gauntlets. Okay. So we're just going to get rid of this for a second. Just to kind of get myself vibing, figuring out what I'm doing, I'm just going to look at my hand. So we got 2 Powered Gauntlets, as I was saying, a Surveillance Team, which is just going to be the junker for all my other stuff. I need to play Stark Tower yesterday. So, let's dive in. I believe everything's set up for me. I didn't mess up anything. Whiplash is over here having a good time. Alright. As I said, I'm still, like, trying to figure this game out. So one more look at the hand. We got Helicarrier, 2 Powered Gauntlets, Strength, Surveillance Team, and Stark Tower. So let's start simple. We're going to play, for this, we're going to use this Strength over here to play Stark Tower, which is... really nice. We're then going to... I'm going to use my ability here. We're going to look at the top 3 cards of my deck and add 1 to my hand and discard the other. So, what do we got? We got Great Responsibility, Heroic Intuition, and then Rocket Boots. So another tech, which would be nice. The +1 hit point isn't really needed right now, and I'm going to be grabbing this back anyway. I'm going to take the Rocket Boots, but we're going to be using it to pay for cards right away. So, next step, I believe, is going to be pretty simple. We are going to play Helicarrier. We're going to play Helicarrier. And I have 3 cards to pay for it. 1, 2, 3. Helicarrier is going to come into play. We need that resource generation ASAP. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to do Stark Tower. To exhaust Stark Tower and choose a player, I will choose me. That player returns the topmost tech upgrade, and that is going to be our Rocket Boots, into our hand. We are then gonna oh, okay, I actually didn't even see that line, but that's pretty sweet. We're just gonna exhaust Helicarrier, and play Rocket Boots for free. Oh, baby! Okay, so we got 1 tech. We're not going to go into Tony Stark yet. I feel like I need a little bit of setup before I can start nuking the hell out of Rhino. So he's going to scheme this turn, and that's okay. Hopefully we can deal with that next turn. All right. End of turn. I dropped... so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to discard the Powered Gauntlets in my hand. Other cards we got Repulsor Blast to blow up enemies, a Genius, Surveillance Team, Daredevil, and Rocket Boots. As you can see, we have protection for our subclass here, so our aspect rather. All right, flip this over. Put threat on main scheme. I can do that game. The villain activates, so he's going to scheme. We have 1 plus 0. That's nice. So it will go up to 2. We will then draw our evil card for the turn. And I got Hydra Mercenary. Dude, an enemy. Nice. Okay. It's now our turn. Is it? It's just like that. It's our turn. Pass the first player token. I'll pass it to me. Thanks, Justin. You're a great guy. Thank you so much. All right. Just a little reminder of the hand. All right, well, we're going to do some stuff. We're going to start with activating the Tony Stark ability. Look at the top 3 cards of my deck. Put one into my hand. Yeah, this is a tough choice. I mean, Avengers Mansion represents just so much generation of resources in the future that we're going to be taking that one. Saying goodbye to that energy is not the best. It's like a little bit sad, but it's okay. So, we have this guard here, so we can't attack Rhino, but that's okay. I'm just going to get rid of the hand zone temporarily while we figure all this out. A lot of my decisions are made for me. We're going to play Avengers Mansion. We have a Genius and then the Surveillance team to make it... Actually, I'm probably not going to play this Daredevil, so we'll do Daredevil instead. So, Genius and Daredevil will pay for this reduced Avengers Mansion, which I'm just going to put up with my helicarrier up here, because we have our tech zone down here that's going to be hopefully soon loaded with junk. We're going to Avengers Mansion and draw a card and see what we got. We got Supersonic Punch, which is nice, but not exactly what we need currently. So, it is time. We're going to play these Powered Gauntlets, getting rid of a Repulsor Blast and Surveillance team to get that out. And then we're going to Stark Tower while we're still in our Alter Ego action to grab the topmost tech from our discard, which is none other than another one of these guns. I don't think we have anything else. Cool. All right. Okay. Oh, I actually have 1 extra hit point. I should have 10 health. Okay, just get hand cam going while I'm just kind of thinking through my turn. So I would love to get another tech out. And I'm thinking I'm just going to actually just spend these 2 cards on Powered Gauntlets. I think that is the plan here. Get another Powered Gauntlets going. And now it's time, baby. Let's go hero mode. Okay. I'm not too worried about damaging him, so I can still thwart these away, which is super nice. And then I'm honestly just going to ping you for 2 damage. Beautiful. So we're going to get attacked for 1 by this guy, but I think that's totally okay this turn. End of the round, we will discard a number of cards. We have 0. Our hand is empty. And then we will draw 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. And have all this stuff stand up. Stand up, Iron Man. Let's see what we got. For Justice, Repulsor, Pepper Potts is nice, and Interrogation Room is also nice. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. Enemy phase. He schemes. Hello, and then he's going to attack me for 2 plus 1, so that is 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this guy is going to attack me for 1. Ouch! And then we draw our evil card, which is Armored Rhino Suit. Attached to Rhino. When any amount of damage you place on Rhino, place it here instead. Then if there's at least 5 damage on Armored Suit, we destroy it. So he's a bit of a protected boy. Honestly, that card I'm totally okay to draw. I'm still at that point in the game where I'm a little bit of a scaredy boy when it comes to the mechanics of this game, and I don't know what to expect from the game yet, so I'm still intimidated at every point. And I know you're probably looking at it being like, but Justin, you're playing literally the easiest guy with the easiest module, and you would be 100% correct. We're going to draw a card, not from the encounter deck, from my own deck. We drew Jessica Jones. Hello, I'm Jessica. Okay. Ton of options here. I would honestly kind of like to get into... I think we're going to end our turn as Tony this turn. Because I actually think healing is nice. So, we are going to pay 1. We're going to reduce the cost of 1 for Helicarrier to put this interrogation room into play. And then we're going to zap this guy to defeat him, which will allow us to exhaust interrogation room to remove a threat from a scheme. That's called value, kids. We will then zap Rhino for 1, but his armored suit is just much too strong for us. I don't think there's any other hero actions we want to take here, so we're going to just transform into Tony Stark. I will use his ability while we're here to look at the top 3 cards of my deck, and we got a doozy. We got Arc Reactor, which is what I'm taking. I'm like, these other 2 cards are just, they're garbage in comparison, so that's what we're going with. The only downside is we really want Pepper Potts in play this turn, just because of her ability is very, 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 very strong. I will recover 3, just while we're here. Go back up to 3 of our 10 health. All right, we'll use Stark Tower. I believe we have a tech in here. Let's find out. We do. Rocket Boots. This will just be something to help us pay for our Pepper Potts, so we'll put her over here. Sorry, I have the hand cam up. I'm still trying to get used to all that. And then I will exhaust Pepper Potts to generate the yellow resource that is on top of my discard pile. And I will play this Rocket Boots to pay for the Arc Reactor here. And honestly, soon... Oh my god. Pepper, you can go up in my resource. Actually, this is just the resource zone. We'll go like this. Pepper, soon we're going to be able to just like stay in Tony and like leave to heal when we need to. This Arc Reactor is super sweet. This camera's also not super straight, so whoops. Okay, we go into the end of the round, so we're going to draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A whole new mitt of hands, a whole new mitt of cards. We got For Justice, the Power of Justice, Mark V Helmet, which is awesome. We're going to be playing that. 2 more tech cards. Okay, we got Mark V Armor, Surveillance Team, and hey, it's Rhodey, War Machine. Let's go. 1 threat on this. He is going to scheme. We have 1 + 1 = 2. That adds up to 3. His evil card for the turn is Explosion. When revealed, if Bomb Scare is in play, assign X damage. If Bomb Scare is not in play, this gains Surge. All right, Surge it is. Hydra Mercenary, hello, I'm here to fight. Oh, these cards should be standing. We're getting there. We're getting there, chat. We're gonna figure this all out. Okay. Dude, I like can't put this camera any higher. I can, but like you'll see the floor of the room. The play spaces in this game are ginormous. Okay. Let's get our hand going again. But all of this is a learning experience to figure out what exactly we are gonna do. Well, this is pretty simple. Tony, you should be standing up. We're gonna do 3. We're gonna use his ability to look at the top 3 cards. Put 1 into our hand. I mean, if we're gonna start shifting to the damage, we're gonna want to take this Supersonic Punch. I'll also draw a card with the Avengers Mansion to get the last card in our deck. Our deck is currently empty. We got followed. Okay, a lot of interesting choices to make here. It's a question of how urgent are our techs for us, like, or do we also want like, because we can kind of be a bit. We can be offensive, defensive, especially with Interrogation Room, and then also like we have a Surveillance Team that we can play pretty easily. So we'll just use Helicarrier and Pepper Potts. Actually, no. We're gonna play Surveillance Team, and we're gonna use the Power of Justice to pay for that. Sweet, and that comes in with 3 Snoop counters. Okay. I think it's also getting time to the point that we want to go aerial, but the problem is we don't actually have Actually, here's a question I would love to ask people. I'm not going to do it now because I don't know and I don't want to look it up in the thing. No, that's dumb. That's obvious. I can use a wild symbol to pay for science. That's what wild means. Why would I even ask that question? Justin, come on. Okay. Okay. Well, this is pretty simple. We're going to use Helicarrier to reduce the to generate a wild resource to pay for this Mark V helmet, which we're going to put in this pile of cards. All right, you know what? You guys are going to hang out over here with this, and then this can come there. Get all of our tech going. It is time as well to become Iron Man. I am Iron Man. Okay. Actually, you know what? Sorry. Before we become Iron Man, we're going to Stark Tower to grab the topmost tech in our discard, which is going to be these rocket boots. We're about to shuffle our deck, and I'd rather have my tech in my hand than not in my hand. Okay. Now, I am Iron Man. We're back to that point. We've put no damage on Rhino. I know that. But, like, we're not exactly hurting for time right now. So I'm not too worried on that side of things. Okay. You know, getting War Machine out would be pretty sweet. He seems very strong. Pepper, you can come hang out over here. Okay. So let's say this turn we just spent it getting War Machine out. We could do that. We'd have to spend a good chunk of our tech. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We would get to keep our Mark 5 armor. So like this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if we get War Machine out, we can use him after, but then we can go aerial with Pepper Potts is kind of like what I'm thinking, right? Like no matter what, we're gonna have to spend some cards in our hands. We have Supersonic. I was thinking of spending these 4 on War Machine. Just getting him out there to deal 2 damage to him to deal 1 to each enemy. Like, is it better for him to just attack and defeat the Hydra Mercenary? That's what I'm thinking, right? Or like, is it better to just focus on our armor right now and then our second cycle through our deck, then we start worrying about people like War Machine. Like just get our tech going. And become like, because we gain 7 hit points from having these 2 in play, right? Which is pretty nice. Because I could just use these. You know what? We're just actually going to use these cards. So we're going to spend 3 to bring out this Mark 5 armor, which I'm actually just going to like leave underneath this other one. So then we gain 6 hit points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to use War Machine to pay for another pair of these rocket boots to take us up to 16. And then I'm going to use Pepper Potts to use the wild symbol on War Machine. Once again, let me know if I'm doing that wrong. To generate a Giants resource. So we're going to be going aerial this turn, baby. So, pretty simple. We're going to remove 1 scheme from this. We are going to attack for 1. And then we're going to exhaust this and deal 2 to this guy, defeating him. Because we are aerial, baby. We're going to ready Iron Man. And he's better spent thwarting, and his weapons are better spent attacking. So he is at 3 of 5 for his armor. But the plus side is, like, we're looking pretty good on all this. I mean, I could have dealt the 1 there, but, like, these are going to be doing that next turn. Everything readies. We're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8, but you draw a maximum of 7. So we will draw 7 cards. Deck is empty, so let's get evil card in front of us. The back of the sleeve is black, so you can't even see it, but trust me, it's there. So now at this point, we're just looking for the high damage spells. The high damage cost cards in our deck. And if they deal damage, like, we want to basically just get to aerial every turn and just destroy. We can thwart with Iron Man, but as you can see, because we're in attack mode, we're not too worried about anything else. And we can get our allies out. Like, right now it's just all about inflicting damage to our boy Rhino, and then ending this video with another win on the easiest mode. Am I proud of myself? No. Should I be? No. All right, here's our hands. We got boom, boom, boom. Cool. Doop. All right, he schemes. He is going to attack me for 1. So 2 plus that is 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3. We get another one of these cards, but first out is the first in. Attach Rhino. When Rhino attacks, he gains overkill. That is a lot of attack, but let's not worry about that. And then we got crowd control. Crisis. While this scheme is in play, you cannot remove a threat from the main scheme. 2 per player. So there's 2 here. Honestly, this is pretty nice. This is going to be really clean. Let's look at our hand again. We're going to start with Avengers Mansion before we get anything funky going to draw a card. We got an interrogation room. We only have 1 per player in play, so don't need to worry about that. And I think we want our boy Daredevil out. Yeah, we can just get Daredevil out, especially with this helicarrier. Okay, so for Daredevil, we're gonna play Daredevil, getting rid of Avengers Mansion and also energy. We're gonna put energy on top, so Pepper Potts generates 2 resources this turn. And now we got Daredevil, and he is ready to do one thing and one thing only, and that is thwart or fight. I'm not too sure. I'm not too picky yet. Okay. So, pretty simple. We want to spend a science energy. We don't have a science energy in hand. That's crazy. We can't go... Oh, I should not have put Avengers Mansion there, is what you're saying. We can't go aerial. Okay, well... Let's just think on that for a second. Is there any way we can fandangle this to go aerial? We can't. And honestly, this Repulsor Blast is going to be pretty lame because all of our lightning bolt cards are in our hand right now. That's okay though. Here's Repulsor Blast for anybody who's curious what that does. It's okay though because I'm not going to go back and switch the order of my discard pile because I made the conscious choice to have that be there. And we might as well just embrace that that's happening. And let's start dealing damage to our boy. So, luckily we have a ton of options. So we can just thwart and remove this. Now it's done. We'll use our helmet to remove this. Now it's done. Don't even need to worry about it. Rhino's going to be attacking for 5 this turn, so we might damage him, take a turn off to heal a bunch next turn. Once again, though, this is just the pacing of understanding the game. I know on harder difficulties I won't have as much time to make these nice, simple, comfortable decisions, but we're going to do it anyway. We'll ready Iron Man. Hello. And then we're going to ping you for 2, finally destroying your advanced Rhino suit. We've done it. Cool. Yep. Okay. This could be the line. This could be the line here. We're going to play... Oh, no. We're going to use Pepper Potts and this interrogation room. She generates 2 off the energy off the top. We're going to play Jessica Jones into play. And then... I think we're going to try a Repulsor Blast. So I get to discard, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Take that, Rhino. And then I discard the top 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for each lightning bolt discarded, 0. 1! Alright, we deal 2 extra damage. We at least did something. When I play tested this card, I dealt nothing. Okay. And then we'll just poke Rhino 1 more time. I'm okay with taking the damage here. I'm looking pretty okay. We got to draw 6 cards. We have 1 currently in our hand, and that is this Supersonic Punch. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got Surveillance Team, Supersonic Punch, Repulsor Blast, followed Heroic Intuition and Great Responsibility. All right, enemy phase. He gets 1 threat. He's going to attack us for 5. And then our evil card for the turn is Caught Off Guard. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control if no cards were discarded this way. Interrogation room, you can go. Cool. Nice. We weren't exactly caught off guard. We were very much prepared for that. Pretty minor effect there. Sorry, once again, I'm trying to keep my play space as clean as I can, but this, like, yeah, there we go. That's a bit more straight, at least on my end. So now, like, I can get these cards all straightened out. It's a lot of play space. Hard game to record nicely. All right, now we can start, like, really bringing the noise. We're gonna start with Avengers Mansion. We drew an interrogation room. Hello. Okay. Well, I think right now, honestly, the easiest choice is we're going to spend a science energy with this surveillance to go airborne. Set lasers to kill. We are then going to reduce the cost of a card and play the top card, which is that science. Just a supersonic punch. And we're just going to deal 8 to Rhino. We can then finish Rhino off with this, and stage 1 is completed. I get to search and make for a break-in and taken. Let's see what was on top. Just a Hydro Bomber. Okay. So when revealed, place an additional threat here. So there's 3 threat. We draw 1 additional card. So we're gonna use. We're gonna clean this up, no problem. Like we, spoiler alert, we've won. Like I don't see. Not that we should be losing against Rhino at this point. I've played this game. This is probably now what my. This is actually only my 4th deck, I believe, playing this game. I've actually not played a lot of Marvel Champions, but I've played enough card games that now at this point I should know that I can survive the beginning encounter. Okay. Well, easy moment. We're going to use the Mark Helmet to remove 1 and then 2. And then we're going to... Daredevil can thwart, so he'll take a damage. So he thwarts this. And after he thwarts, he deals 1 damage to each enemy, so he's going to take 1. As you can see, our hand is still actually like loaded with some good stuff. We got a Repulsor Blast and also a Supersonic Punch. Not even to mention another Powered Gauntlets, and Iron Man has 2 attacks left as well. So we have a lot of damage. We'll start with the Supersonic Punch, getting rid of an Interrogation Room and a Fallout to play it. So that's just 8 damage to our boy, which puts him down to 6. And then when we use this Repulsor Blast, spending the greater responsibility, and let's see what happens. Shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have... Okay. I don't think this actually... For each printed yellow resource. So this actually would not count. So we deal 1, 2, 3, 3 damage. Which, if you were following my breakdown, is enough because we can exhaust these Powered Gauntlets to deal 2 damage. And then I can zap him. Finishing blow with Iron Man. Get out of here, Rhino. You're done. You're mincemeat. Sweet. What's the next card? Oh my god, what timing. That would have showed up right there. That would have been crazy. Actually, it would have been crazy. We had this handled. Like, we were totally fine. But, as I've said, Rhino is the little baby boy. I'm thinking that, like, once again, I will be going on to move on to some of the more challenging heroes. But, the challenging villains. Not to slight you, Rhino, but you're just like, you're the beginner boss. You're a little baby boy. But I also like the idea of this is like the ground to playtest these heroes on. And learn the game more, because I still need to read the villain phase reference every time. But I'm having a fun time playing the game. I'm having a fun time recording it. And I want to just say thanks again for all the comments on the previous videos. I don't know if next week we're going to be going up against Rhino again with another hero, or if we're going to try this Iron Man deck against Claw. I suppose we'll just have to wait till next week to find out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.